Hey boo, so I'm still natural. Yes, Operation Frizzy Mess. I don't know how you naturals do it, seriously. It's crazy, but anyway, so this is my review of, sorry about that. This is my review of the Fashion Fair Cream to Powder Foundation, which I purchased like 3 weeks ago. So I've had a lot of time to use this to show you, to review it fully, and to also kind of show you a demonstration of how it can really work to cover up your imperfections. Now, the color I'm using is pure brown, and I apply this, and as you can see, this is exactly what it looks like. It's a cream to powder, and it probably has like pieces of hair in there or something. Don't judge me. That's just what it is. And I just to recap for you, I have really oily skin, and the reason why, and as you know, those of you that have been following me, you know I reviewed 2 drugstore foundations maybe last month or the month before. I reviewed Revlon Color Stay as well as CoverGirl Queen Collection All Day Flawless, and I'll post a link to those to that review below, which I think are both really good drugstore options for foundations. You know, but the difficulty I was having with both of them. Now, the CoverGirl Queen Collection, as I mentioned in the review, didn't last all day on my face, you know, so that was kind of out, and it really wasn't as full coverage as I needed. In addition to having really oily skin, I have acne prone skin, and I did recently, and I'm still kind of going through, I just went to the dermatologist or whatever. I'm working on, you know, working with my breakouts both internally and externally with prescription medications, but also some natural remedies I'm trying. And I can make a video about that if you want me to. But aside from that, I have hyperpigmentation. I have dark spots that need to be covered, and the CoverGirl Queen Collection didn't cover them as well as I'd like, for, you know, without the use of concealer. So I was looking for a foundation that would cover up my dark spots and work with acne prone, oily skin and acne prone skin, and that wouldn't make my breakouts worse than they already are. I was Revlon Color Stay. Great coverage, lasted all day, very matte for us oily girls, but it was breaking me out, so I couldn't use it anymore. As much as I like it, it's definitely a foundation that I feel like anyone should use for special occasions, but if you've got acne prone skin, I wouldn't use it as an everyday foundation. So I needed something new. And I tried several higher end foundations at Sephora, and I had samples of all of them, and this is the one, though it's not sold at Sephora, this is the one that's doing it for me. And the reason why this is doing it for me is because it is great buildable coverage. Great, I mean, you can go light with this and you can go heavy with it. And I tend to go on the heavier side because I do have dark spots that I need to conceal. And as you'll see in this demonstration here, this does a great job of covering those dark spots. The more you pack it on, the more it covers it. And I'm using this brush here, which is gross because I used it before this video. And this brush is Essence of Beauty from CVS. I've literally had this brush for 3 or 4 years now. Still using it. The glue hasn't come undone. You know how that always happens with brushes. And it's great. And this was $10 at CVS. And 4 years later, I'm using it. And I use it with pretty much all my foundations. And it works beautifully. So I would definitely get a brush like this kind of foundation brush. You don't want to use a stippling brush with this. You don't want to use a powder. You want to get a nice foundation brush like this one. And so I use it to apply this, and as you saw in the demonstration, it really does a great job of covering my dark spots, which is what you want. Now, the one thing that I will say is that the one con of this product is that it transfers a lot. Like, it gets on your hands. If you ever touch anything, it can tend to get on your clothes. And so I was gonna actually return it for that reason. I was like, this is a little bit messy for me. I'm like, I'm not so sure about this. And I had tried setting powders. I have a Lancome setting powder that my mom bought me for Mother's Day. I used that, didn't do it. I tried the Ben Nye setting powders, didn't do it. I tried a Ruby Kisses HD setting powder, which was pretty good, but not 100%. Ladies, when I tell you, sorry, had to step out for a second. When I tell you that the powder that's doing it for me, that mattifies this, that keeps this foundation on my face all day. And I put my foundation on at 5 o'clock in the morning every morning, okay? So I need this junk to last me through the day. It is e.l.f.'s HD setting powder. High def, and I've had this for a few years, and I'm using this junk every day now. It really does work. And this is supposedly a dupe for the Makeup Forever HD setting powder. So this is $6, I believe, and it works beautifully. Where has this been all my life? I have a girlfriend who told me about it, and I just have it. I'm just like, eh. But this really does keep this from transferring onto your hands, onto your clothes, onto your stuff. So I really recommend this foundation with the HD, the e.l.f. HD setting powder, or whatever. Maybe the Makeup Forever one works just as well. Who knows? This is a white powder for those of you that are worried. So it is a white powder. So you do have to let it settle. You can't just kind of, you know, especially if you're my complexion. Sorry about that. You can't just like, ooh, and run out the door. You definitely have to let it set a little bit. Maybe even use the setting spray. e.l.f. makes a setting spray that works wonderfully as well. So ladies, if you fashion fair, we all thought, like I thought fashion fair was dated. Like, oh, it's fashion fair, that's for your mama. No, ladies, if you're a dark skinned girl and MAC breaks you the hell out, the drugstore junk breaks you out and is not giving you the coverage you need, may I recommend the fashion fair cream to powder foundation. And again, I'm in the color Pure Brown. Thank you so much for watching. Tell me, what is your favorite foundation? Make sure you leave that comment below and let me know. Who knows, maybe I'll try something new. Bye-bye.